So what we have here is all the components for the camera system that I'm going to be installing. It's the AUTO-VOX V5PRO. Now, I had this installed on my Odyssey, not this exact model. This is like the top model. So what I did is I put one, I ordered off Amazon. They're available everywhere. I ordered off Amazon, and I put it in my Odyssey, and I was super duper impressed. And then at the end of the summer, when I went to do Priscilla's build, she had ordered one of these to be installed, and I said, "Oh, great! I know that system. I know it's just an upgraded. It's more or less like an upgraded one." So I was excited. So I knew that I had installed one of these before. This was a little bit different than mine. Mine is just the one in the Odyssey, sort of my old one. It was just the 12-volt plug. Now this is going to be hardwired, so we've got a selection of piggyback. This goes right into your fuse panel. So this, you can see this here. See how that piggybacks into the fuse panel? So I'll have to modify this a little bit because I did with Priscilla's. But you can see where the extra fuse goes in there. And that's for the hardwire right to the fuse box with the power on, and this is also the ignition wire. So it has two piggybacks. One's going to be security, so it's always running. So if the van gets a bump, or if someone is around, movement, anything like that, it actually turns on and it starts recording, and it records previous to that as well. So it's literally always on with very little drain. And then when something happens, it actually locks the file and keeps it, and it can't be erased until you take it, the memory card out and take it to your computer and delete it. This is the camera that's going to be going into the back of the Wolf's Den. These are some assorted wires. I always keep these just for regular stuff, keep my bags. And this is a touch screen. It's going to be a 9-inch touch screen. And it actually fits right in the existing rearview mirror place. And I'll show you. Here we go. Let's install this.
Yay!
And I realized that I didn't need my little clip that I lost because it has a set screw. Even better. So this is all.
Is that enough to make you go?
Mm-hmm. So this is the mirror, guys. This is where my light bar comes in. But anyway, I just ran all the wires here. They all have to be done, put down there. And that's my little GPS thing right there. So next I'm going to run the line that goes all the way to the back, but I also have to put that in the downspout as well, right by the dog leg. We call this the dog leg right here. This is the dog leg. So I got to put it down here and run it all the way up, all the way back, and come down here. Here we are. So this is the hard part. So this is going to take a little bit of time. So what I do here is with all these, this is all the connections here. I'm gonna try to get you in a better spot here. Oh my God. So this is all the little connections. All these little things have to be all connected up underneath here. I know this looks a little bit daunting, but it's gonna be okay. The first thing we need to do is there's going to be a B plus and an ACC. So the AC is going to be for ignition only, and this is going to be for full power all the time for the security portion of this install or this product. So we have to go ahead and I have to take my little meter here and I have to figure out where there is permanent power in the fuse panel, and then where, when I turn the key, what power comes on. So that's what we want to piggy bank onto. And this is where these will come in handy. These little things, and we got to modify them like crazy. So we got to modify the fuse panel too, because the one I did for Priscilla was a little bit tough, but we got her. So see how that light comes on? That means there's power going to this at all times. So that's one of the piggybacks that we'll have to do here. So we're gonna tap into that one. So 1934. So this is what it looks like up underneath, guys. We piggybacked to the fuse panel, and I've got that just tucked up underneath there for now. It's all clean, it's out of the foot area, but I've got more to install here, so I just want to have that up out of the way for now, and once I install all the lights and everything that's going on, I will put that all together and have that all nice and neat. But for now, it's out of the way. Everything's installed, so yeah. Hey kids, I'm gonna take a break from my installs here and say goodbye to a good friend here. The beast is started. See you, buddy. Take care. So this is where I had tapped into Jeffy's old camera system, the one that didn't work. We tried installing this and we had it all soldered with the right stuff here, but you can see that, and that's my old ground, which I'll take out and have that. I'll just put the screw back here just for an extra ground. So, what we do is we tap in. So every time you put that gear into reverse, it's going to send that power back to the light, which sends the power back to the camera. So once the camera turns on, you've got the little thing up on the screen, the camera display, and you're good to go. And I will show you all that in front from the driver's seat as it all functions. I just got to get all my wires cleaned up, the light put back in, and some zip ties into all the wires up there for now, and then I will give you guys a quick demonstration. Okay guys, day two, we are mounting the actual camera. What I do, or what I did, here's, I'll give you a little quick little thing. So I took, and this was leaking, so I took this all apart and cleaned this is all cleaned up, and then I actually took some butyl tape and ran a freaking little strip of butyl tape around the whole thing, just so we have some extra seal there. And I'm going to run this straight through because I don't want to screw and mount this yet. I want to make sure that everything is sealed and everything is not leaking, and then I can go ahead, because I do like the pitch angle of this to see behind me, but I want it a little bit lower so I can see down in what I'm reversing in the city or close to a trailer, or etc, etc. So yeah, we're just gonna run it through. I've made a little breach here in the butyl tape, and I'll smush that all together and make sure it's not leaking. And we've got some sealant here, sealant underneath here for the screws. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down right where it's supposed to go. Just want to make sure I've got a little bit of butyl tape right in that area that I want that wire to come out. I want it to overlap, because that will all get cinched in right when we do this. Yeah, and what this is beside me is Pro Bond. I've featured this before when I was doing my trickle chargers in the Odyssey. This is a product that will help bond. It's an adhesion promoter. So anything that I do outside, this is a double-sided 3M tape that they provide, which is friggin' awesome. Like, that's why I love this system, because they have good products and they've got good additional products that they add to theirs. So I'm gonna add it even more and do an adhesion promoter. So all you do is just wipe that on a cloth, put that where you're sticking your little sticker, and Bob's your uncle, or Larry. So yeah, anything outside that you're gonna stick to the top of the vehicle, anywhere, wire control like we did on Chromes, we used the Pro Bond. Mike from Metro Ford was the one who brought me onto this, and I will never install anything without it. Nothing goes on the outside of any vehicle, or even on the inside, anywhere. Use adhesion promoter on everything that you have, and make sure you know where you're gonna stick it, because once it's stuck, it's stuck. I give that a snug, but don't over tighten. This is plastic and sometimes glass, so you don't want to crack that. So you just want to bring it to a snug, and maybe 1/8 of a turn more. With the proper sealant and all the proper gaskets here, it should be nice and sealed. Don't over tighten. And here we go. That's the last part of it. That little thing. So now we've got a clear shot of what we're seeing behind us, thanks to AUTO-VOX V5PRO. Okay, kids, here we go. The moment of truth. Key is on. There's the old dreaded beep.
Yay!
There
It
we
works!
go. There's the rear. I don't have an SD card inserted yet, but I will when I go buy one. Topaz is going to rip that little screen off. Let's see
Ready?
it.
This is the satisfying moment.
Oh, baby.
Nice and slowly. Can you imagine the sensation? Ah, so smooth. So smooth. And it's gone.
So for the settings, we are going to look at your resolution. We can do 1080p or 720. Movie clip time, we can do 1, 3, 6, 1, 3, or 5 minutes. Sound record, reverse line switch, driving mode. So this is a parking monitor. So when you're parked somewhere, you can actually leave that parking monitor on, and that's the security system where you can actually leave it, and it's always powered with a very little drain on the battery. And anytime that the car is bumped, or there's movement, or anything that's happening with your van, this will actually turn on and start recording. So these are the general settings. We're just gonna go through this quickly with you guys. That's the beep. You can turn the beep on or off. Volume, language, LCD power save. So that's like your screensaver. The protect level is going to be how sensitive your... Is that not? Okay. The protect level is going to be how sensitive it's going to be when it's hit. Speed unit kilometers, we're in Canada, so we're going to do kilometers. The GPS time sync, I turn that off and just set my own time. I like 24-hour time. Automatic rear view, that's where you can toggle between the front and rear view automatically when turning it on. And again, that's reset setup, and that's your formatting for the SD card. There is a little panel there that can take off and you can power it. There's a little micro SD slot for your card. And one more really key driving element to this is when you hold this, see how that changes? That gives you your compass and your GPS. So this is where I've mounted my GPS here. And that just shows you your actual speed via GPS and a compass. So that's it for that, guys. That's another install done. One of my favorite things to have in a vehicle. I've got full front, rear camera, lots of little options with this thing. Lots of safe viewing for multiple drivers, so everybody that can get in this vehicle can see clearly behind them, and go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys following along. Happy New Year. Hope to see you in the next video, and take care. Bye.